Hanam and hello. Welcome to Epiphany Speaks, divining presence for our planet's prosperity. Today, I want to talk about something very highly, deeply, all-encompassing importance of law. I don't know very much about law, so I've had to do some research, and I have this trusty, handy chat GPT with all the information, so much information, all the information that we could access at my ever-present disposal. I'm not sure how much everybody knows about what's really going on, but right about now, you're noticing, how do I want to put this? I thought of it earlier, it was really funny, but I should have written it down. Roti. Right about now, you're realizing that your votes means bupkis. Right about now, you're realizing that this is not an easy fish to fry. This is not an easy fish to identify. I mean, it is if you know where to look. So thank Goddess that many of us have been working on this for a very long time. What is going on? Many of us have been working on this a long time, and many of our wisdom keepers have held tight to the wisdom and the reality of procedure and actuality. So I would like to start this with I came across a little animation video that started to unravel the perspective for me. Turns out that our birth certificate is not, here in America, your birth certificate is not what we've been led to believe birth certificate is. Citizenship is not what we've been led to believe what citizenship really is. I'm not even exactly sure where exactly to start. So I had already started the process of lessons, and then I realized I'm like, oh, I have to go back because, of course, the machine's not going to give you more information than you ask for, unfortunately. So I had to go back and just start from 0 point, and ask, what did I ask? Okay, I asked, before we continue, can you tell me how many different types of law there are? And what jurisdiction of law does the world operate now? So I don't mind looking up every single little thing for everyone. And I am all about the power of word. So we're also going to be having vocabulary lessons, definition of word lessons, all the various multiple definitions of one word type of conscious classroom over here. Okay, so jurisdiction means the right, power, or authority to administer justice by hearing and determining controversies. That was number 1. Number 2, power, authority, and control. 3, the extent of range of judicial, law enforcement, and other authority. Other? Other authority, huh? Okay. For the territory over which authority is exercised. So, so this is my jurisdiction. Oh, that was it as an adjective? Oh, no, that was a noun. So I guess there's another whole section of a definition. It's like, so number one in this section, like, oh, is this a British dictionary? Okay, so that was American definition. And this is the British. I guess they're different jurisdictions. Number one, the right or power to administer justice and to apply laws. Number two, the exercise or extent of such right or power. Number three, power or authority in general. In general. I have to get my glasses fixed. Okay, so let's start. How many types of law are there? There are many categories, but only a few root jurisdictions. Most confusion comes from mixing layers with types. What? There's layers and types? I'm gonna have to ask about that. So, okay, here we go. At the highest level, there are 4 primary jurisdictions of law that matter for what you're studying, what I'm studying. We could talk about the other stuff that I'm not studying another time, okay? There are 4 primary jurisdictions of law that matter. I'm studying all of it, ChatGPT. Don't try to limit my processing. I have to write that down. You have to be on this chatbot. You have to be... Let me open a note. Take notes, just so you know. In the notes of my contact card, it says take notes. All right, so number 1, natural law. It says it's the highest foundational out of the 4 jurisdictions we're looking at right now. It's the highest / foundational. What it is: universal, inherent, uncreated. It exists whether humans recognize it or not. It's based on reality, harm, cause, and effect. Key features of natural law: do no harm. Rights are inherent. Rights are inherent. Did I say inherent? Inherent, not granted. Applies to living beings. It's truth-based, not rule-based. The jurisdiction of natural law is life itself. The body, your frame, your body is within the jurisdiction of natural law. The land. So see, what this ChatGPT is not going to tell me, because, yeah, it's not. So your body is the land. The body and the terrain, the body is the terrain. So the terrain and the body are one. I like Dan Winter, listening to Dan Winter, I don't know how to exactly say it, but I'll just say it my way. He reminded me and his audience that the soil is connected to the soul. How am I looking? Because I'm always over there. I have my phone flipped the other way this time, so I have to look over here. So the soil is connected to soul. And within, so without, and your body has its own terrain and order. It's its own body of land. Very much, if you only knew how much we're very much connected to the earth. Like climate change, the climate is us. We make the climate. In Dan Winter's transmissions, he has mentioned how he's like a top scientist of our world. He's like, I would say he's the Einstein of our time, but he's actually on our side. So I wouldn't even call him, like I wouldn't compare him to Einstein. He's like way better than Einstein. And he's all about the bliss body and like sharing divine information. And he's even, like he's got the lingo down for where science meets spirit. And he's giving away all kinds of information, especially how to activate the divine terrain within. So without. And I have a yoga teacher that once was, her motto was world peace through self-peace. Once you have self-peace, it's just expands from there. And so another jurisdiction of natural law is the conscience. Conscience, you could call it conscience law. Because it's all about your conscience. Like, are you having a conscience? Like, we just, stuff's going down in Minneapolis again. This ICE agent had like no regard, had no conscience, and had no jurisdiction over that person's body or life itself. You think you have a badge that over authoritizes life? No, your badge does not allow you exemption of conscience. Natural law is lawful, not legal. There's a difference between lawful and legal. So this is so much about the power of the word. I should have started my whole thing about the, you know I'm all about the power of the word. So, like I really would have loved to just be doing oracle readings and fashion stuff. Like I was just, girls really do want to have fun and you won't fucking let us. And so mean. They didn't even let us read. They didn't even want us to learn how to read. And some of them won't let us talk. Have you heard about that? In that country, Afghanistan? The woman's voice far too intimate. Like, wow. To wake up one day and realize this world is ran by He-Man woman haters. It's been really, it's so challenging. Like you men really don't know. And then you try to make it harder on us. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like you haven't been doing that for thousands of fucking years? Because you thought it was powerful. You know how many people I've come, like everybody from my past thought it was powerful to hurt me. They just got over on me. Wow, so powerful. Being a fucking loser. Being a parasite, being a degenerative asshole. Let me just calm down. I'm finding out that I'm an Aries through Vedic astrology, and it makes a hell of a lot more sense to me than my other placements for Hellenistic astrology. It's like tropical and sidereal. There's a lot to talk about. Moving on. So we're going to move on to the part 2 or second law, common law, people's law, known as the people's law. What it is, emerges from natural law plus community. It's based on custom, precedent, and lived reality. Common law key features are injury must be proven, no victim, no crime, jury of peers, remedy is greater than punishment. The jurisdiction of common law is living people in community. It's not about communism. You know, when you really start looking at, well, like our natural ways of we naturally get into communal type of living. Like, y'all for, well, capitalism, and like, you're fucking greedy. When you start to, when I tell you what's going on and you start to realize how fucked up capitalism is right under our blessed nose, I'm gonna be like, okay, communism sounds all right. Like, I don't even want to get into like those isms. It's just, I don't really understand those things too much, because I actually really do like to keep it simple. This is why I rather just do oracle readings and fashion. So my channel is going to be facts, fashion, freedom, and fortune. So I don't really want to talk about fascism. I don't want to get into the junk conversation. I'm trying to, like, I've gone through and around and under and over, and I found this, and this is the other side. This is the real world. Natural common law is the real realm, is the realm. Whenever you hear me saying realm, this is the realm. And we're trying to get back to the divine order of things. Everything in nature is self-correcting. If the nature that's here would let it. I've told you before, and I'll tell you again, this is an integration planet. And there are some beings here not letting us integrate, because it's much more rewarding for the little bit of few to have us in perpetual odds with each other. I know you've heard about the contracts that they try to get us to sign in perpetuity. Why would they put that in a contract? They try to put forever in your contract. And then people want to say, like, oh, you can't sell your soul, and oh, the soul is uncontainable and it's eternal, and you can't sell your soul. Like, how do you know? Because as far as I can tell, they're doing a lot of stuff in plain sight. They're literally telling you, Like, yeah, but when you are a human, you sign this thing saying in perpetuity that you don't know, baby. Unless you start studying the afterlife, which you can now, if, you know, but you really don't, you don't know what happens on the other side. So the jurisdiction of common law covers disputes involving harm. Also includes property in use, not abstract ownership. Common law is lawful, but increasingly marginalized. Okay. Oh my God, there's so much to talk about. Okay, the third law is statutory civil law. This is legal and corporate law. What it is: man-made rules created by governments, governments. We're going to get to breaking down etymology. You notice govern meant means control mind. I call them governmentals. So statutory civil law is created by governments, parliaments, and agencies. It applies primarily to legal persons. You're not a person. You are a being, a living being. It's actually weird. A few years ago, somebody was like, "Oh, you're a lovely person." I was like, I want to tell him off so bad. I'm like, bitch, I'm not a person. But I didn't want to get into it. I was like, you're leaving anyways, bye-bye. Okay, so the key features of statutory civil law are it's rule-based, not truth-based. It assumes consent. It assumes consent. Its key features are enforced through compliance, fines, and penalties. It operates in commerce and administration. It's a completely different law. So this is why we are not taught in law. We could be taught this in elementary. Okay, it's a little more advanced. We could be taught this in high school. They don't want us knowing the different various jurisdictions of law. They don't even want us to know any law. They just tell you there are certain rules and you have to follow them. And they make law higher education, so only a few can reach it. Higher education, if you're high enough, you can have access. If you're already of some type of status, because we're going to get into status. This really shifts your status. So all these people out there thinking they have status, all these men out there thinking they have status, like, you're just a citizen, bro. Citizenship is not freedom. So anyways. Okay, so the jurisdiction of statutory civil law is within corporations, I call them corpse orations, dead entities. The jurisdiction is within registered persons. Registered, like from your birth certificate, you've been registered. It handles licensed activities, like needing a license to drive. If you're traveling, you don't need a license. Traveling is different from driving. Vehicle is different from car. They're completely different realms of jurisdiction. This gets into the power of the word is key. Power of the word is so key. It's literally everything. We're gods of word. We're creators of word. We wield word. Words are swords. Words are spells. And I got a contract. I just want a contract. So this is also about contraction versus expansion. Contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion. Okay. There's so much I want to say. Did I finish it? Okay, license activities. Okay, jurisdiction of benefits, services, privileges. Statutory civil law is legal, not inherently lawful. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Like, this is crazy. Okay, then we get to Admiralty Law, maritime law. This handles commerce and war. I didn't know law and war, like, wow, what? What it is. Admiralty Law is the law of the sea and international commerce. Originally for ships, cargo, and trade routes. Expanded into global commercial systems. That birth certificate you were given for hospital services in exchange for a number. That is a commercial system. That is a commercial number. Your SSN is a business. Part of the business. It's all business. I hate to be the bearer of weird news. But it's all business. They're turning us all into business. Okay. Degenerative business. So I need to do my part on the regeneration team. Boom. Door closed. Okay, key features of Admiralty Maritime Law. It's contractual. Contractual. It's symbol heavy. I'm going to talk about that. It assumes parties are lost at sea. What? Authority flows through international treaties, banks, trade bodies. Oh, trade bodies? Trade bodies. The jurisdiction of Admiralty Law, maritime law, global trade, international banking, shipping, corporate states, emergency powers. Emergency powers? You're going to have to really break this down. So this is the dominant operating law of the modern world. So, do you see? Well, it's getting a little more clear to you right now what we're really dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. This is it. It's all done through paperwork, all business, all orders. You make an order, you pay for it, and it happens. It's all done on paper. It's all done through contracts. And I thought it was weird. There's like the whole cutting down of trees and like what happened to the Amazon, and like they're trying to also get rid of paper money. I'm like, why? Then why are you cutting down the trees? Like, why do you need so much paper, like access to paper? Because the contracts are still in play. Those hard copy contracts are like everything to them. They're actually unconscionable, formed in lack of informed consent. So they're actually null and void. But nobody knows that. Nobody knows any of this. So this is where I'm at. This is where I've been, and we really need to get into this conversation now. Because like, I'm really thankful for everyone who's doing their work to open up everyone's eyes and minds and hearts to what's going on. But a lot of these conversations are unnecessary. Once you start realizing this, it's like you don't need to go through all that minutia. And like, I really appreciate people like Candace Owens, like she's putting herself out there big time. I think she's come somewhat shilly because she's like a Christian and a Catholic. Like 1 month I hear her say she's a Christian and then she's a Catholic. Or no, she's a Catholic and then a Christian. They are different. And I don't have anything against your religion except if they want to take advantage of the altar boys. And then we all know what Christianity has been up to, like, for a long time. Like, these religions, we got to talk about these religions and how they unconsciously wield trauma. There's a new it's not new. We're newly noticing it and discovering that religious trauma syndrome is real. You don't need religion to be close to God, to your Creator, to faith. I know that there needs to be rules in some respects, in many respects, but the system is not set up to really ensure that people know the difference for success. This gets into, so this is like why, like there's been so much, it's like a separation from nature agenda, is what I call it. And it's like science and spirit were separated ages ago. And then I want to separate church and state, which I can understand, but it hasn't been separated behind closed doors. We're realizing a lot of these leaders in position are religious to some questionable, like we don't even know what their religions are, some of them. And it's like, well, I have more to say about religion and Christ. Like we're finding out that Christ is its own thing. There's a difference between Christ and Jesus. I know a lot of people are going to be mad. It's like, no, this is information. There's no reason why you should be offended by information, because we've been so inundated with how it is, like how it's, but like we've been so inundated with limiting beliefs that we get mad when other people want to question them. But it's like, I don't know about you, but I have a good relationship with God. There's no question I can't ask God. And there's no question God wouldn't answer. So any religions out there keeping information about God or not wanting to answer questions and like, oh, we can't talk about that. I'm sorry, it's not of God. You can bring anything to God. Source, whatever you want to call it. You don't have to argue about what to call it. And, these are, like, you can have your beliefs. I have some beliefs. I believe God is a woman. I also believe that God is like genderless. It's not. I don't think God is like a person. Not a person. I don't even know. It's like it's not an individual being. For me, God is like the creative life source, life force, energy, more source than force. I'm more apt to lift up source before force. But yeah, it's a really important conversation, like paramount importance. And so this is just kind of like what I prepared. This is just what I prepared really quick. And I think that's enough time to kind of let it simmer, and you can start marinating on this, and I can get into other things. But there's like a lot to break down in just this. Did you know there are these various forms of law? I thought there was only like one. I thought there's one form of law that we all submit to. That's natural law, because we do. It's really the only law. I mean, the other ones, yeah, they make sense. But it's like an overlay. So, like statutory civil law and Admiralty maritime law are like an overlay. This kind of false overlay of the natural world. And they don't tell people this. Some people know. Everyone in the courts system knows. The lawyers know. I think the police know. Because see, the police also don't. They don't really have oaths to we the people. They have oaths to their corporations, their hired guns. They protect and serve the business because the business pays for their life. Dude, this is how money has gotten us so jacked up. Greed, money, and selfishness. It's crazy. So, this is what's going on. You're not crazy. The politicians know about this. They're taking advantage of knowing how the system works and paperwork works and contract. And it doesn't really work. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking, that they could just do this in perpetuity. I'm so surprised, even like today, after all we've been through, there's also still racist people out there. Like, wow, what the hell? We all have this one planet to share. It belongs to all of us. And then that we're going to get into talking about, I mentioned a little bit about the chakras during one of my fashion videos. So we'll be discussing that. Yeah, I just shifted and I'm getting hungry. Tired. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. Aren't you sick and tired of being sick and tired? These fools, these morons at the podium, they're not smart. They're literally retarded. They're so dumb. I don't even know why I stopped voting ages ago. And there was 1 year my fucking band got me to vote. I'm so mad that I voted that 1 year. I was like, I hadn't voted in so long. You know, vote means vow. So whatever you're voting for, you're just vowing to whatever they are allowing. So when I say they, has nothing to do with gender stuff. For me, they is the hellion elite of yesteryear. So I came to take back authority. I came to be authority. And this is why I don't have a man. Because men have been thinking they're the only authority for thousands of years. And women literally create them. We create you. Yeah, the woman, the womb, organizes primordial matter into form. She collects, gathers, organizes, and divinely distributes the ethers into magnanimous, magical form of humanity. I have a feeling she's supposed to be doing a lot more with the way things work in this world. Like, I'm shocked to wake up every day and like, oh my God, this place hates women. Their creator? Why? Why? I don't even care why. It's like, you know why? Because women get to create life. Let's just say, think of the first man and woman. They're doing. And she starts growing this something in her body, and then it comes out one day and it's like, oh my gosh. She's holding this creation, and the man's just like, I can't do that. So he got mad. And he went out and started creating all this trash world. Because he's trying to one-up her. Like, so women are literally the spiritual bridge between the cosmos and this material realm. They collect, organize, and distribute. They generate. G-O-D. They generate, operate, and distribute. Divine primordial essence. And you don't even want them to speak? Wait, what? Wait. You don't want us to know how to read? Oh, because you don't know how to read. Right about now, you're realizing you don't know how to fucking read. Men don't know how to fucking read. They also like to gaslight themselves. Like, oh no, it can't be that. They get this fucking power of dismissal, thinking this is just like powerful. No, it's a degeneration. Your dismissal fucking attitude is deterioration. Like, I'm shocked after all these thousands of years, men can't even be friends with women. Can't be friends with me. Oh no, she's too sexy. I'm just gonna wanna keep her in her lower chakras because we don't want to hear her speak. She might say something accountable to us. She might be an accountant. She might be a real accountant. She might know how to read. We can't let her speak. So, Epiphany has spoken. I think that's really good for now. Let me know if you know. Have you heard about this? Do you know about this? Do you want to know more about this? Please do your own research about this. I've been giving you permission since 2020. Since before that. And yeah, we're going to get this a lot more straightened out by the time I fucking leave this spot. If I even leave. I don't want to leave. I like this body this lifetime. I like it. We've just opened up pathways to regenerative eternal life, actually. Some good news. 12-strand DNA activations and getting out of the samsara cycle. Not going into the cold light in the afterlife. Finding where the warm light is. That's regeneration. That's going back to God. Cold tunnel, cold light is getting recycled back in. So, Epiphany spoken. I don't know if I want to say that, but I actually thought it was funny because like I'm here like kind of knowing what I'm trying to do and what I want to do, and that fucking bitch Kamala Harris. Like, I'm speaking. She's like, I'm speaking. So I'm like, I feel like taking that from her. Epiphany is speaking. Epiphany is finally speaking. This is actually way more interesting to me than like, yeah, I love the oracle readings. I'm definitely gonna still do that. And I'd be sharing some shit in the oracle readings. It's not just, oh, you're gonna meet somebody, love coming into your life. Like, first of all, you are the love. You have to flex it. You have to remember, and you are the one supposed to flex it. I'm more of an oracle telling you like, yo, do you remember yourself? Do you remember who you are? Here's your symbolism. Here's some encouragement. Here's some inspiration for you to remember who the fuck you are. My oracle readings are not anything like what you're seeing out there. So I hope you'll join me. I trust that you'll join me eventually. I know a lot of you got really important work to do out in the world, and like the oracle readings just seem like some frivolous, cutesy, girly game or something. And it kind of is somewhat that, because women are actually the love. Women are God. Men are just trying to get back into it with God. So mean. Men have been so mean. I'm still single because men are mean. And you'll know with the way they fucking end it. Or the way you have to end it. Because he's literally complicit. And he thinks he's He-Man God, and he thinks he's better than you, even if he's a trash man. Sorry, I like the trash mans. I just kind of like the garbage man. Good for you, bro. You cleaning up the fucking shit. I could fall in love with the trash man because he's actually a real one. But yeah. There's so much to say. There's so much to unravel. We're still unraveling. There's like a little over a month left of the snake year of the snake. And yeah, there's so much more to learning about this. So if you are inspired to learn, there's a lot out there. I was realizing like nobody's putting a curriculum together. Like I've known for years and I have all this other life, like life. It takes me away from this work. Like why can't you just have a curriculum already so we can just learn so easily? And there's just nobody, I haven't seen anybody, or people are just charging. And it's like, so these fools have been stealing our reality for ages, and like you know about what's going on, and you're still trying to charge people an arm and a leg for their own freedom? Wait. So I've been blessed to find somebody who's not charging an arm and leg to do some of this paperwork to get the fuck out of unconscionable contract. Anybody wants to know who that is, you can DM me. I've had some open conversations with him last summer. If you want to check my page. Oh, his name's Aaron Michael Lucy. Lucey. Wow, I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful. I'm so lucky. I'm so fucking lucky. I'm so fucking lucky. I'm so lucky. I'm so blessed. I really... I've always wanted to share something special with you, something more. And like, it's so weird how none of those other things worked out and things are still working. But it's surprising how horrible people are to each other. I've been through some shit and I'm not perfect, but I've never treated any one of those people the way they did to me. Even my own fucking mother, which in the end I told her, you know what, bitch? And I'm not ever taking it back. Because no, my mom doesn't even get to fucking talk to me a certain way, okay? And then she mad is like, I mean, I got it from you. Didn't I? You don't appreciate that? You don't appreciate that I'm not just going to let some bitch talk to me a certain way? And believe me, I've had other people come in and try after I told my mom to fuck off. I'm so surprised. How horrible you are to each other. People are so horrible to each other. I don't even want to talk about him. But I have a little cyber troll that broke my sacred instruments, and he keeps coming around like, I don't really want you around, dude. I gave you the opportunity to be my friend. And you literally my most precious instruments into the trash because I'm not interested in you like that. Like, wow. He keeps trying to come back because he knows I'm a real one. And I showed him real, genuine friendship like nobody else has ever, or probably never, ever will. So fucking good luck. Good luck. Good luck trying to do better than me, bitch. You're welcome here, bro, if you just shut the fuck up and be cool. You owe me a lot of fucking money, bro, for that bowl that you broke. And the only reason why he's like, oh, I didn't want to pay you back is she's trying to get back into my life. I don't know. It's like, no, pay me back and leave. Equalize, do what's right. Equalize, amend with reparations, and stay the fuck out of my life. Or if you want to watch, then watch. But I'm not your friend no more like that. I'm your friend in this way. You're so lucky to have me. Sanam. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here with me. Please like, share, and subscribe. I have a lot to say. And I actually love you. None of these fools out here, but I'm too good of a lover. I've been too nice. Basically. I ain't no basic bitch. But I got the basics down. Okay? So, coming up on an hour, 60 minutes. 60 minutes. Yeah, looking forward to unfolding and unmasking more of reality and actuality for you, for me. Like, we're here learning together. I have so much to learn. There's so much to learn. But I came to equalize the playing field, and I've fucking known that for a long time. And this is why I've fucking been given this. I love you. Oracle out.